Hello, Game David. Welcome to the stream. I made a lot of progress off stream this week. Hello, my Mosky. No webcam today. I was on the wrong scene. Here we go. I was on my record my screen scene. Today is a low-key kind of day. You know what I mean? Hello, Tiny Man. Hello, Sarah. I am having a good day. Howdy, Clayman. Yeah, so off stream, I made a lot of progress on the Overworld. In fact, I finished this entire area, which is no longer a beach, it's now Industrial Harbor. I added a secret star, I added a secret level entrance. Yeah. With the 100% original code project being done, I just have a lot more time for stuff now. Well, looks cool. It does. I added a secret star in here too. I'm sure you can already tell where it is if you open your eyes a little bit. Very easy to tell from up high. Finished the homebrew thing. What homebrew thing? Is it a Kaze cameo? I'm not adding myself to the game. Are Yoshis ready to platypus or are they still dinosaurs? That's a good question. Honestly, if you think about it, Yoshis are probably very similar to ducks. They have a similar vibe to me. And like the body shape too. What are gumas then? Mushrooms. You guys ever think about how weird it is that like animals evolved motion, but like mushrooms and plants didn't? Isn't that fucked up? Is motion just super rare to evolve? We're selling basically no plant with motion. I mean, I guess there's plants that move a little bit, but like a good amount of motion just doesn't exist. Huge amount of energy makes it moving. Okay, but there's so many animals that move. Plants move like sunflowers. Sunflowers move? They just move on a different time scale. Okay, but you know what I mean. Like, why is there no fast motion on mushrooms or plants? Don't you know how stupid and fucked up people are? It's going to really show, and this bitch was complaining about some bullshit, and she said, and I quote, I feel like the person that had to deal with Anne Frank, and she was blind and deaf. Oh. I mean, that's not unintelligent, it's just ignorant, I guess. Mm. Hello, Jordan Elliott. How does the rising lava level really stand out from the first Bowser level? The first Bowser level is not timed. The first Bowser level has the lava advance automatically. So in that sense, they're two completely different concepts. Yeah, but it's like passive, right? They're shaped like a thing that can be moved, not they're actually actively spending energy to move. I heard there's mushrooms that move actually, but they're like microscopic, but they have like flagella, which that was very surprising to hear to me. What are we working on today? Overworld part 11 out of 14 or 15. Slime molds definitely move. Really? Huh. I need an OST for today, by the way. It's so quiet. Too quiet. Silver Surfer, okay. Yo, for a NES game, this is funky. What the hell? I expected absolute dog shit, because it's a SNES game. I think. Or a NES game. Piranha plants move? That's true. Actually, yeah, they close. Isn't it still weird though that there's so little movement in plants? Like, you know how like a mouse moves? You don't see that in a plant at all. Hello, Biomech. What will be next? A couple side levels, and then just the final Bowser level. What's on today's work agenda? Make the entrance to the flipper level. You know what, I should just show you guys what I have done off stream real quick. So you guys have an idea. So the Oily Boily Bay level entrance now exists in the overworld. You just kind of sneak on the oil tanker. The secret level where you go inside the oil tanker, I cut it from the list. Because it's stupid. Plain and simple, it's stupid, you really don't need it. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't add anything to the game really, it's just more work, I think. It's just more content for no reason. And then we have this overworld here. There's going to be, after you beat Act 3 of the Oiler by the Bay, there's going to be a pinball machine here. And there's a wiggler in front of it who said he's opening an arcade with all the parts on here and he'll let you enter for 1,000 coins or something like that. And then, this is the overworld. What do you think? It's supposed to look like an industrial harbor. Does it make you feel industrial inside? Thought you went to Oily Body Bay through a pipe. Now that you mention it, there was an idea like that. But I guess that is just not implemented here. Yeah, I much prefer this over the beachy layout I had before, because the beachy layout fucking sucked. It sucked. I also did some stuff here. This is gonna be the entrance to the conspiracy theory Yoshi house. You just kinda roll the rock away, and then you can enter. And then one last change I decided on off stream is this overworld here. This also sucks. I don't like this. This is just another mountain village. It feels very anticlimactic, like you have to go through so many trials to get here, and then it's just another Yoshi village. We can't do that. So I'm thinking this overworld here will be repurposed into Bowser Industries. This is going to be all like lava, this is going to be destroyed nature, and this is going to be where Bowser's minions sleep and live and eat. And this is all taken over by Bowser. What do you think? When a remake inspired by USP in the 80s and surprised there are no PS3 style hacks. Yeah, honestly I'm surprised too. I thought it was a really cool concept. And there were some great design ideas in there. People seem to really like it. And they're very easy to make. Did you know that Peach's Furry only take, I think, 6 days to make? So imagine if someone used like 2 months and put like a 200 star hack together like that. Actually, that would get very exhausting to play. Don't do that actually. Is the boss area the volcanic spouts area? Yes. Well, okay, let me just recap. There's going to be an evil hint block here that like insults you in rhymes, and there's going to be an evil hint block here that insults you in rhymes. And there was that whole Kamek arc in the Yoshi village before they despawn and turn friendly. So after that, that's the last barrier in your world. After that, you reach this area here, which is right now a Yoshi village, but I'm thinking we're gonna cut this whole thing down, we're gonna turn this into a volcanic area, which fits because it's right next to the fucking volcano, to make this feel more like a final area. Why is there an ice volcano? That's not an ice volcano, that's just a mountain. Kind of like a glacier mountain, I guess. That's where the ice village entrance is. Quest 13. Days, can I see it? I'm curious. More fidelity and more polygons than Peach's Fury. Given current tools, how long would an aspiring modder with piracy experience need to produce a simple hack with a custom level? That depends on how good you want it to be. You can definitely do it in one day. Can I grab after this overworld boss event? Nope, probably not. Only for a polished tank with sensors and overworld? Yeah, that also seems reasonable. Yeah, the most efficient debugging games ever. Most people take over viruses they get to make a game. Huh. More in Python, Java, or R? Yeah, people are using that good Mario thing. Basically making a hack in Java or whatever. Didn't Nintendo make Mario 64 hack in Lua? On Switch All-Stars or whatever? Not Switch All-Stars. Mario 64 All-Stars for the HD textures? Well, it depends on how much you work in that 1 week, right? You can very easily just shit something together in very little time. Yeah, but, I mean, if you have like a week and you spend like 4 or 5 hours a day, and this is your first time, and you want to make something like, oh, maybe like a simple custom boss, maybe like 1 custom enemy, and then 3 stars that are just platforming, and maybe 1 star where you have to do a little bit of a mission, something simple. A week seems very realistic. That is assuming you already can use a 3D modeling program. If you want to use Blender, I would say just use 1 week to just learn Blender, and then the 2nd week to make the game. That sucks for you, Mel. Have you learned your lesson? Alright, we shall now have a wiggler here that asks you if you want to spend 1,000 coins to get entrance to his arcade. Never mind, I forgot something, we need more texts. Okay, we need 3 texts for him. Or 4 texts rather. There's one where he asks you if you want to buy access to his arcade for 1,000 coins. Yes, I'm putting it at 1,000 coins, fuck it. Then one where he says, you don't have 1,000 coins. It's not that cheap. One where he offers you the trades. And then you don't take it. And then when you do take it. You know how to write a levels with hack name without capital letters from it, doesn't that me? And I don't see any twig or something. I don't think you can in Mario 64. My engine is different, of course. My engine's awesome, so you can. The games in the arcade where if you beat 3 or 4 games, you get a system. No, the arcade is just 1 game. It's pinball. Pinball. Ig is looking forward to my next pinball level. There's 3 things that are guaranteed to happen in the KSEC. The first is you see a toilet. The second is you're escaping from a prison. And the third is a pinball machine. But don't worry guys, this time the pinball machine will be good. This time it's gonna be different. This time it's different, I swear. Bro, just one more pinball. I swear, just one more, it will be good. Just one more, bro. Rusty Bucket Bay? No! I didn't want people to think of Rusty Bucket Bay here. What made you think of Rusty Bucket Bay? What's Pachinko if not pinball? Alright, I'm opening my own arcade with scraps from the harbor. Oh. Did you just take... Just take 100 coins? Oh, that was the damn price. Yeah, that's on the server next. I'm gonna bring my own kit and sell 1 coin, no thanks. But yeah, this person is going to hold up a single coins. I kind of don't want to have to put in the code structure to support that double layer of conversation buyback. Can we condense this into one? I like the rest of this though. What is the mission inside Pinball Machine? You are going to be riding on a pinball, probably one with a star inside it, and you're gonna have to go across the machine to the end to get the star out. It's basically how it works in Mario Galaxy. But hopefully less cringe. My vibes are more vivid. I mean, it's still an issue if people think of Rusty Bucket Bay. I kinda don't like it. But it is what it is. I guess this ship looks a lot like the Rusty Bucket Bay ship. But the ship is just supposed to look like an oil tanker. I actually used the Google image of an oil tanker as inspiration for this thing. What do you think of the cube on the Wiggler? How cool is that? Since he opens an arcade, the fact he has a cube instead of a flower, I think it's awesome. Can you do it after the first Xbox? Mario gets knocked over, then the machine man lost and says not so fast, one coin ain't enough. I don't wanna. That should have proper dialogue. And then after this, the pinball machine will glow and you can jump into it. That's my idea of this anyway. Where's the seashell? This is all we need. And set this to 0x1e, I guess. I think that's the one I always use. Swap nodes. X1e as a test for now. Add a success and a death for it. Oh shit, it moved on to block. Isn't that the one Bioback mentioned earlier? Is that the same musician or something? I'm leaving. Bye, Case, and everyone here. I will try changing the name on Hex. Well, you can change the name on Hex, but then your active name isn't going to render correctly. So, have fun with that. What the hell? What the helly? That's not what I wanted. Why did it bring me to... Oh, because I didn't switch this to DE. And EE. Doesn't set the safe flag apparently. Yeah, I didn't want to make it two separate interactions if I can avoid it. Doesn't sparkle or do anything here. Am I not getting the star flag? Nice, have you been high score grinding for the reward? Oh my god, it autoplayed into a banger. Let's just print the flags, see what happens. Yeah, AI is not really quite there yet to actually help with important things. The flag is being set. So it's the flipper that's just not doing anything. Am I being stupid? The action should for sure change to 1 when I get on. This condition doesn't pass. Can't make it past the first week without save states. Damn, okay, well, it is a difficult game. You'd be printing. I mean, the alternative to printf debugging is opening an emulator with a debugger and dealing with a lot of pain in that regard. Let's move diff. No, that's stupid. What the hell? How could this flag ever not be true? I wish I could just look at the compiled code and see what the compiler did, because I don't trust this. Gang, did I make a stupid mistake that I'm just not seeing? It's a sprint? What this is? This should be 2-0. Very clearly, but it clearly is fucking not. Let's also print the result of the if statement here. I'm getting desperate. $32. You mean it's 2-0? The first one is 2-0. One left shifted by shop flag arcade is 0. Oh. Because this is already left shifted. So mad. I'm so mad. Print numbers in decimal format? No. Not if I do %x. Wrong level. There we go. The particles weren't very visible though. I don't like that. Why the left shift in the first place? Because I thought it was just going to be 5 and not one left shifted by 5. Okay. That looks a little more inviting, but it really needs to be moved up actually. I need a safe block in this overworld. Why is there none? Oh, I haven't added safe blocks in any of these overworlds. Okay, well, we gotta fix that. I think this one might actually just not need one. This one should have one though. Just gonna prove so if you want to see it, now you know. Debugging.com. Botto Voice 64. Artemis. But I had to wait for the expert anyway. Right, I wanted to look at your hack, but it didn't work, because there was no... The video said I can't look at it, so unfortunately I couldn't see it. Try that again, right. Bottom 64. Bro, you can't even look at it on YouTube. This website, look at this. It doesn't work. I don't know what to do. Alright, I guess we can mark this off the list. After Act 3 of Oily Boily Bay, a guy quits his job there and just on the island looking for new work. Should be regular. Remove the regular work on Act 4 Plus in Oily Boily Bay. Verify it doesn't crash. Okay, we gotta do that still. Middle clicking works. Oh, middle clicking doesn't work for me. Oh, I see. So is this just RHTC being sucky? This song is cool. The gravity he feels way lower. Am I crazy or is the gravity lower? Is the game just lagging? Is this just what interpolation looks like in Hackam 64? That's pretty cool. The longest break you've had from working on this project since you started? Have I ever taken a break? I guess when my fiancée came to Germany, I spent like a couple days being more busy with her, but I think I was still working on this in my free time. But 60 FPS in Vision Perfect? Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't really do... Well, I guess when my child was born, I forcibly had to take like a 1.5 day break because we were in the hospital. I guess that's the longest break I've had. Wait, verify the guys still work without him. I have to do that. Because I'm a bit worried they're just gonna crash. So laptops are for though? Well, I don't have a laptop. and I also wouldn't really be able to work on this game from my laptop. Crash? No crash. Okay. Cool. Seems to just work. And you like that with projects that you have passion for, or for everything? I don't take days off ever on anything. Like, if I have a day off work or something, then I will use that to get something else done. I'm very mindful of how I use my time, I guess. I always wanna progress my life in some way when I have time for it. It's like, I mean, I guess you have to think about it this way, like, you have to spend, what, $100 a day just to keep your family alive above water? So you have to work a couple hours every day, and then, like, when you're off work, that's like what you work for, right? You work for the time you have off work. So when you're off work, you want to use that time to the maximum, because that's like the resource you've been working towards the whole time. That's your main resource. That's the thing you made. And then to not use that would be such a waste. Well, it just wouldn't work for you. Well, they wouldn't have my ROM egg on it, so I can't work on it. Unless I spend a lot of time setting up everything and getting Git on there and getting my current compiler on there and, like, yeah. I guess it's technically possible. There are some serious graphic issues here. I'm pretty sure my daughter has been on stream before. Currently at her aunt's. Well, at her great aunt's. I have all my work on Git. It's much. Alright, well, we did that. Course 11, Oily Boily Bay. Simply enter the org, I think, and we have that. So where's other parts? I think part 11 is done, except for a side level we want to spawn later. That's pretty cool. That means... Well, actually, there's one thing I want to work on in the Mushroom Plains, and that is the evil yapping exclamation box. Or hint block. Oh, by the way, are you still here? Did you get the invite I sent you earlier today? Realistic for a while. I don't know. Who knows what the future will bring? I kinda hope I don't have to do commissions for in the future. So I'd much rather work on my own things. I think Xena sent me the textures here. Let me find that. Yeah. Also have to keep in mind that just because I have a day off, you know, my ROMing doesn't mean I have a day off in general, because I can still work on my YouTube scripts in the meantime. I can do that one on my phone. He's cute. I like him. In my day job, I program video games in Unreal Engine 5. Did I make the face too? No, I would say the face is just the right size. He's awesome. Would you make an original IP project for N64 so that you could earn money from it? That would be cool. He's awesome. I like him. Should change primitive color too, I think. Like, what if this was a sappy color and then this is his angry color? Something like that. I think he needs a 2-cycle body. When is this what or know what to look up? If I want to use the USB port inside of an Avatar extend, what tools are available? USB programs and use. I tried to do that, it didn't fucking work. So I say just use something else, like the summer card. But a lot of other people are saying that it does work and that it only doesn't work for me. So maybe it does really work and I was just being crazy. So I'm thinking he's gonna have one friendly place like this and then one unfriendly like that. There is the USB loader for the EverDrive that is supposedly working. And it kind of worked, but it did crash my ROMic on boot. So I don't know. Yes, definitely get the summer card if you can. If you haven't ordered the EverDrive yet, get the summer card. The EverDrive, no one should buy an EverDrive anymore unless it's like second hand and cheaper than a summer card, then you want like a budget option. That's what I think. But there's this pervasive myth that more expensive equals better, and the EverDrive is more expensive. But it just isn't. It just isn't better, it's just more expensive. Yo, GTM. Oh, Zaina and Reina, they're doing very well. Reina is hanging out with her aunt right now. They just went to church. Gang, do you think it's a good idea to send your child to church? Your female child to church? I'm thinking I'm okay if my daughter goes to church. Like, this might actually be good for her. But if it's a boy, then I'm like, that's kind of a waste of time. Am I sexist? I don't know. Maybe I am. Makes a waste of time for men versus women. I think a lot of religious institution is there to protect women from men and to like make men less harmful, to like keep society stable. So in that sense, I think it's good for a girl to grow up around the values of the church, at least a little bit, like not the more extreme stuff, but like some of it. You know, like the more like men need to control themselves and stuff like that. But for a guy, I feel like you should just teach it to them yourself. Never sent any child to church. Let's see. Any teacher to go? What? That doesn't make any sense. It's not about teaching the girl the thing, it's about her being around other people that believe in this thing. I just think the world is very dangerous for a girl, and like church makes it a little bit less dangerous in a way. Yes, if you go by the text, yes, but if you go by the culture, no. It's not about spirituality, it's about the culture. Of course, I think the spirituality of it is complete rubbish. Were you sent to church as a child? We have a thing called confirmation, I think, where as a child you go for like 2 years for an hour each, and then at the end you get like 600 euros or something. And I went there because I wanted the 600 euros. But like literally everyone went there being like, I just want the 600 euros. Church is Greek Orthodox. Hello, Kevin. The text prescribes what the culture is to be, except Paul yeeted the laws for pretending he didn't. Yeah, not really. I don't think many Christians live by what's in the Bible. I've never heard anyone like burn a red cow and then spray the ashes across the temple when they get their periods. What do you do with the 600 euros? I invested it. I never spent any money on anything as a child. My parents were like, okay, so you need to spend money on things or we're gonna stop giving you pocket money. And then they just stopped giving me pocket money because they wouldn't buy anything. I think a lot of relationships envy the community that some religious cultures have, but whether or not people literally believe in whichever holy book, there's a spectrum of disbelief. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I have zero interest in going to church, T-Duck. I think it's a complete waste of my time. Can you maybe judge what you go? I mean, I would probably have to go because people would tell me to go. And they would get mad if I didn't go. I don't want to go to any marriage ever. Do you guys know how bad weddings are? Have you been to one? They're the worst. At the end of a wedding, they like thank you for attending. And I'm like, you better thank me. This thing fucking sucks. Why'd you make me go? Everyone has a rational understanding of their own morality until they're actually faced with it, which explain why other people tend towards religion more easily. You talk about it with you. What do you mean it? You sure it's fun if you like all the people there? Probably, but if you just go to a wedding where you don't know fucking anyone, like goddamn. It's a bottom 5 human experience this moment. Dude, I went to one, and I went there like already kind of hungry, and food was supposed to be served at 6:30. They were so fucking slow. They served the food at like 8. And then the food they had, it was like 300 calories. It's like a 7-year-old schoolgirl maybe would have been satiated. And then after the main course, the food, they gave out cake. And the cake was a single piece of toast with a strawberry on top of it. That's literally what it was. I was so mad. It was Canada, not Germany. Does it matter if umbrage with people from religion who's paying attention? No. Okay, I don't know what you guys are yapping about. I probably shouldn't have brought up this question on stream because I should have known it was gonna turn bad. Just shout I object when they ask. Oh, that's a good idea. I object. You can't get wedded. This wedding sucked. There was no food. You know what? Are you in this as your big day? Make sure you don't turn your daughter into a freak, but I'm sure you got that on lock. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking that that could be like a thing that happens. Obviously, I wouldn't want her to actually believe in it. That's fucked up to say. There's snacks before the sermon available at least. That they just needed to do fucking something so it doesn't suck balls. Wait. Typically by 1.57. 400. That's fine by me. Okay, but it was like 500 calories tops. It was like 200 grams of food. In my country, I studied to celebrate the wedding in southern Europe of Italy or Spain. I had such Germans spend your money on going to Lema's wedding. That's pretty awful. On the Destiny funeral, attend if you want, but you also... Bro, I don't even want a funeral. I just want to just be left alone when I die. So I guess that's so much to ask. Oh wait, this is not the face one. The other one. Four, five, six. Soon to be the Eternal Star statue. Dude, that would be so good. Honestly, if you like... I think if you died right now, your family would do that. Something like that. They would do that for you. You know how like when a child dies, they give them like a Spider-Man tombstone or something? It'd be like that. I remember next time I'm getting launched out to space, but you know, we all don't get what we want. I think by the time I'm like 70, we'll have cracked the eternal life. I'm not worried about dying. What's been happening? Biobag, I asked you earlier if you got the email I sent you. I sent you an important email, actually. And then you missed us talking about religion. Oh no. Spider-Man Tombstone sounds awesome. Can I get that as an adult? No. Wow, this looks like shit. I know why. Very cool. I was doing all, but I feel the vibe of the dogs a bit off. Maybe some holidays or greenery shows. No, the vibe is supposed to be like that. This is Bowser area. It's supposed to feel wrong. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. Who's blue and smells like ass? It's the plumber that won't pass. That's kind of what I imagine the block says. 100-ish. Okay, so we can make them about twice as big. It's weird. What's with the Overworld? I'm not well versed in the Mario Large. That's the hint block from Yoshi's Island. They give you hints, but this one here has been enchanted by Kamek, and now they're evil. What was the flag? Rex AC. Oh my god, that's stupid. Why does it work like that? Should not work like that. Okay. That's bad. That's the remnants of really, really old code. That should be doing it. Ilker Consulting and Rhymes and Bowser Industries. Bro has been working on the... No, I haven't! Dude, in the work in Mario 64 expansion Kazooie for the past year or so, all we've done is just import enemies from Banjo-Kazooie to Mario 64. It feels so sluggish. I'm excited to be done with the Banjo hack. Why am I even doing it, man? I'm gonna release it at like... everyone's going to not watch the video, and then it's just going to be like, why does this exist? I'm pretty sure... No, you can't skip this actually. It's good. Why is he not animated? Why is he not animated? You thought that was released 5 years ago? Well, there is a Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie hack that was released a long, long time ago, but it's different from the one that we're making. It was made by the same guy, actually, but no, that's not it. You know what? We can keep the typo. I don't care to fix it. Yeah. Did I make another stupid mistake here? Or what is going on? Did I fuck up a blender? I must have fucked up a blender because they're all the same bone. Hmm? No, this looks correct. Unless I didn't actually set up the materials. I did set up the materials. Set up the materials, but they're all linking to the same thing. Is this a bug in Fast 64? It has to be a bug, right? What if I swap these two? Will that make it work magically? Now one of them has two switch options and the others still don't. That must have been the wrong one. Did it even import the textures? The other textures are here, but they're not linked up. What if I activate bleed and inline? Not linked up. Am I using this wrong? Is anyone seeing something stupid I'm doing? What if I pick all? This shouldn't be rendering correctly, but what if I do? What happens now? Yeah. This shit makes no sense. Besides spending 10k hours making a game you can sell? What? It's not a complete sentence. What's the animation supposed to do if you describe it with words? Swap two textures. Or materials, rather. Getting anything stupid. Oh, I see. It exported the materials, but... Wait, what the fuck is this? Are you seeing this? What the fuck is this? Huh? Huh? This export is completely broken. Okay, well, there's definitely some bug reports in here. Let's report those. And then the other bug. Can we get plus 22 materials? That could be fine, but it could also not be fine, I can't tell. It's probably salvageable regardless. Yeah, we can probably save it. Oh my god, it didn't export the original face. Are you fucking kidding me? It didn't even export the original face. This is awful. It didn't export the original face, what do you mean? What? Material links up a texture, but the texture is like 95% of the material size. Oh, this is sad. This is annoying. What do we even do about this? I think we just can't work on this right now. The tool is just bugged right now. I can't fix it. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll work on this another time. Very possible to write a script that Galaxy Team is used for a level? Definitely possible. Can you see before stop rendering since you realize so much of the time? Sure, but how much RAM do you wanna use to... Or you need RAM throughput to render anything at all, so like... You're not really saving any time doing that. Well, since we cannot finish part 11, or part 10 rather, we gotta do part 12. It's the big Yoshi skull landmark. We're thinking let me just track this on screen. So, there's a big Yoshi skull landmark here. Builders refuse to work from Bowser anymore and now build houses for money? I don't know if we still do that. I think there's enough here already. Grandstand Badland entrance via train. By train ticket without to enter for 1,000 coins or something. Train goes through the sky, visible from part 1. I like that a lot. Rising lava, befriend Bone Dragon. This side level, there's a geisha pushing over reviews. Nope. We move this to something else. So the area is burned from all the lava. There's in Yoshi's story Bone Dragon here. He's pissed and spitting lava at you. Because the cavity he has. When you can blast him, he bites and you can punch his tooth. Explodes the tooth, he becomes friendly and thanks you and tells you that you can now take a ride on his nose if you want. After you prevent him, the local smith, the Monty-Mall offers you to smelt 200 coins into gold tooth that you can carry to the dragon for a star. After the star's collected, he has a happy animation whenever he sees you. That's cool. The Monty-Mall smith only becomes even after you beat the Monty-Mall mission at Grand Sand Badlands. Okay. Just write these down as to do. At cave drawings of the Redemptions getting beat up by Mario and saving the Yoshi for the mama. I like that. Part 5 unrestricted access. Yes. Leave a message block that insults your arrives. You can't finish that. Part 10 unrestricted. Part 10. You cannot enter part 10 from here. That is nonsense. I didn't mean to be angry at Fast 64 right away. I should have been like that. It's a great program, it's just frustrating when things don't work sometimes. So you have to buy a train ticket to enter here. I don't like the idea of Bowser's Builders not working for Bowser anymore. Maybe I do like it. What do you guys think? I kind of want to give this the vibe that like a lot of people, a lot of Bowser's army like loves working for him, and then Bowser throws bread and circus at them, and that's how they keep being his fans. There should be. I brought this up a few days ago. You know, Bowser's Magic Show is going to be in Cooper Carnival. There should be a guy just in the Magic Show going, "I love bread and circus. It's my favorite." Or is that too on the nose? Yeah, gotta move him back a little bit. This overworld feels pretty big right now, but given that there will be a Bone Dragon here, I think this size is going to feel appropriate. Although there's definitely room to add more here if we want. So the smith would be here. And then you would be able to buy train tickets here, I guess? Bread and circus is tasty, that's true. Circus tastes better than key. I don't have a Canadian nationality yet, and I would never go vote. Get deported and separate from your family. If I don't vote, they will deport me? No, go ahead and check us like Trump could put in the future. I mean, I live in Canada, not in the US, so he kind of can't do that. And I don't want to get into the whole argument of like, you know, changing 0.0000001% of the vote isn't really very impactful. I feel like if I was worried about that, then a more efficient use of my time would be to influence other people than it would be to try and vote myself. This overworld is so big. Oh my god. It's giant. The papers? Whose papers? Okay. I'm a little worried about this area though. How do we do this exactly? We're gonna say there's a train entrance where you have to buy a train ticket. I feel we don't really have many overworld shops at all right now, actually. Maybe there's more fun stuff we can do there. What if there was a literal pit of money and it was just a pile of coins, and every time you went there you could throw coins in, and after you threw in 10,000 coins you can just walk over it. You know, the money hole. This is a Moon and Odyssey? Really? That's crazy. But wait, in Odyssey you can already buy moons, and you can buy an unlimited amount of them. They have a money pit on top of that? That's a little much, no? Is it not? Oh, right, I remember that. Man, they really had no idea what they were gonna do with the coins in Odyssey, did they? It's 500 coins, oh my god. Avoid the Koopa Troopa Union Fund, then possessions over that then says it's due to marked circumstances or something, the bullets go on strike. There's your plot. What will be the Koopa Troopa Union Fund? Oh, where you put the coins. No, I don't want that. I wouldn't want Bowser anything to do with it. Country Kato turned the lights off. I have no idea why this is playing. This autoplay has 50,000 views. I don't know why YouTube thought I would like this. I mean, I don't mind it, but still surprising. I do really like the idea of the money pit. I'm gonna write that down. I don't have a programming playlist. What would be across the money pit is single star. Yeah, like the Sonic Adventure Casino. So if there was gonna be a smith that leaves the level and makes you a gold tooth, he would have to... I guess he would be around here. And then you'd have to buy a train ticket somewhere. We don't even have the metal cap in this game. I wanna eat a pizza today. Yes, the skeletal monster with the toothache goes right here. He goes into the lava pit. And then right here you can forge a gold tooth for him. After you cure his toothache. We still don't have the gold metal cap in here. We're not doing it. No metal cap. Metal Mario is cool, but no metal cap, please. I'm thinking about how the ticket stand would work. Like, would we just have train tickets or a train here? And then we'd have some train tracks here. We'd have like train tracks come out of here that just go somewhere. It would look very cool to have train tracks in the first Overworld. And to have people think about what the fuck they could mean the whole time. Majora's Mask? Oh yeah, Majora's Mask did kinda have a money pit. Why not a Gilded Throw back to Mars 6? Yeah, I don't want to put the metal gap back in. It's already gone. No, I just don't want to add it back. And, I mean, you would expect the metal gap to do something, and if it doesn't have a use case, like, what's the point? Let's just get the... X from here. Where'd that ticket thing go? That's exactly what I'm thinking about right now, because I have no idea. And also, how do you hop on the train is a bit of a question. Oh, it's Calimari, not Calamari. Wait. Calamari? So many people get this wrong. It's Calimari. But you... Oh, there's like a coal wagon here. Programmer notes, yeah. These are my programmer notes. Yeah, that counts the train for you if you buy the ticket. The problem then is, how do you get on it afterwards, I guess? I think it'd be easier if the train was already there, and... What if it was like, you know, the dinky little handcart, and the guy's like, I'll take you to the desert, to Grandstand Badland, but only if you pay me. It's a lot of work. And then you hop on and do it with him. It could even just be standing there, and you can get on it yourself, but not move it until you ask the guy for help. Hello, I have some questions to ask you. Hello, you have some questions to ask me? Hijack the train by bombing it. But you're one of the good guys in the cowboy level. We wouldn't want Mario to come in here as an outlaw. Why do you stop a character from spawning from underneath the city? There are characters spawning in your city? You should contact the mayor. Let him know about what's going on. Maybe he can fix it. I guess there's a bold enemy. I'll check down the tracks and you have to get rid of it. I mean, I also want to propose the idea of you can literally just go in here. I think that wouldn't be so bad. Can I grab the collision, please? Thank you. The reason I think it would be okay if you can literally just go in here is because this is like later into the overworld, and at this point you only unlock 2 new levels, so you might as well just be able to get in there. Bro is living in Batman City, where characters are just spawning in. No idea. Okay. I'm all ears. Wait. Me? In the tunnel, unblocked by an obstacle, you have to enter the train through the back. Make your way to the front side of the train, then exit and blow up the obstacle. It's so much work, though. If you thought about that, that's so much work, though. Do you live in Canada? I live in Nova Scotia. Okay, so you've been gifted free hentai. Type IIR to activate now. Hentai is already free. That's not a very enticing offer. Or is there like secret good stuff you can only see if you have this offer? Dang, there's probably... Never mind. Never mind. Nova Scotia is French mainly. No! Fortunately not. Just make a hand cam Mario Party style. That's what I was thinking too. Unfortunately not? What do you mean unfortunately not? I'm very fortunate that Nova Scotia is not mainly French. I wouldn't want to hear French around me all the time. Having people around you speak a language you don't understand is an extremely unpleasant experience. I think that's regardless of language. What the hell is your problem? Look, this one wasn't specific to French. Get issue for not speaking French. Dang. What's your problem? I don't speak French. Do you guys think it's child abuse if I make my daughter learn French? Since she's in Canada? Yes, yes, yes. It's shout amuse, because she's gonna have a lot of fun. Oh. I see, I see. Learns a useless professionally speaking language. I see. Or very professional of you to speak like that. You teach her a programming language. I don't believe that programming language is something you learn. I think you just born with it. But I'm probably giving her like an Arduino kit to play with. She might have fun with that. Wait, what the hell? Wait, what is going on? It's not snapping correctly anymore. What? How did I break my snapping? What the hell? It's snapping the center, but I picked closest. Huh? Would you leak or something like that? Just grand projects to get better programming? Nope. I have never practiced algorithms or anything like that. Fixed it. My snapping's awesome. It's literally just the closest. Closest is great. It's so nice and predictable and easy. Yeah, so I've never intentionally practiced programming, but obviously if you program in assembly only, a lot of it is essentially practiced. Because you'd be like doing problems that are otherwise pointless in a way. Active is predictable and easy. Active works too. I think I would be okay with active. Yeah, a lot of people went into tech thinking it was going to be like an easy, high-paying job. I think that too. I know when I was in uni, a lot of the people that were like doing programming weren't really any good at it. And I'm pretty sure they just took it because that was like the easy thing to take. I guess it's like for people that like math but not enough to study math, you know? Program bootcamp's good. I have no idea. I suspect not. I can tell you from my experience as like being someone working with programmers, I don't really value a degree or like certification or whatever very much unless it's like a specific topic where it's kind of needed. Like if you had like something about cybersecurity or something where just a lot of knowledge is needed but not a lot of skill, that's something where I would value a certification a lot. But for pretty much anything skill-based, the people that are just doing it out of passion are almost always going to be better than the people that went to uni for it for like a job or something. You like programming and you hate math? You do programming? You know what, you do more math than you realize because I see you work on combiners. Combiners are just math. And I see you having fun with them. You hate the numbers part of it, you just want to do the logic part? I guess. So you're good at logic, but bad at mental math? Is that the gist I'm getting? Or you enjoy logic, but not mental math? Do you know how to drive? Yes. How do you learn Blender? Should I follow specific tutorials? I think all the Blender tutorials are pretty bad. You should not follow them. People will tell you to watch the donut tutorial, and a lot of people swear by it. So there is that option. But personally, I thought it was pretty bad. The way I learned Blender is I just went to page 1 of the documentation for the hotkeys, and I just tried literally every hotkey listed in the documentation, and then I was just able to model in Blender. Took about a week to get through. You don't even mention, yeah, have you at least gotten Canadian driving license? No. There isn't really a point to me getting a driver's license because I'm only allowed to drive if I have insurance. And I go out alone so rarely that an insurance is more expensive than taking an Uber literally every single time I want to go out. And I've never taken an Uber, but it would be cheaper. This is because I have never gone out alone. This is good if you want to learn general principle and the local Blender has nothing to do with the donut. Yeah. What's the first level public you've made with Blender rather than SketchUp? Maybe 1-1 from Mario 64 Land? Did you move polygons to the watermelons? Yes. A while ago we did. Okay, I gotta remove the fog. Looks nice though. The Canadians need to have car insurance to have a license even if they don't have a car? No, but you need to have a car insurance to be allowed to drive. You can't drive just because you have a license. You need license and insurance. So. There's no point to getting the insurance if I'm not... there's no point to getting a license if I'm not also gonna get an insurance, basically. But this is also useful ID. Okay, you know what else is a useful ID? My fucking ID. No, I'm one of those, I don't want to spend half a day getting my fucking license when it doesn't do anything. I'd rather spend that half a day making my games. Seems pretty simple to me. Anyway. We will spend more time brainstorming the entrance to Grandstand Badlands. And after that, we can make Grandstand Badland into the overworld. I definitely want to make these train tracks also go out the other side of the mountain here so that you see them in the first overworld. I think that's going to be an awesome effect. But that will be it from me for today. Maybe next time we can also work on a pinball machine. But I think I want to finish the overworld first. So maybe it's Bone Dragon next time, which is going to be exciting. Yes, I do have a German license. I got it when I was 17. But yeah.